Introducing Venmo Stack, a new rewards program. Earn up to 5% always on cash.
Marketing leads shouldn't lead to a
message of this neighborhood art in Washington, D.C. is that drugs lead to death. That fatal prediction was true for the vast majority of the 119 people murdered in Washington in the last 79 days. City officials say some 80% of the killings were related to drugs. The open and highly profitable trade in crack cocaine and the hallucinogen PCP spawned deadly disagreements in the city almost every night this year. Like other large cities, the drug culture had become a way of life for many Washington residents, and officials despaired about the pervasiveness of the problem. Most of the killings occurred in and around the dozens of drug markets in Washington's poor, predominantly black neighborhoods. What Washington Mayor Marion Barry said a year ago applies to the city's drug war to
move his desk officers onto the streets, and now he's struck a deal to get neighborhood street patrols help from the National Guard. If nothing else, the sight of military-type vehicles set up for night patrols in D.C.'s residential neighborhoods gives the appearance the district is serious about its latest assault on crime. Members of the D.C. Air and National Guard are now helping police and neighbors patrol some of the district's more drug and crime-infested streets. The goal here is to interrupt drug sales that have plagued this neighborhood. Drug sales that have in the past led to violence and murder.
Sheldon Watkins, aka Shorty Pop, was born in 1972 to his mother, Gwendolyn Battle. His father was never around, and he grew up in some of the toughest neighborhoods in Washington, D.C. Early in his childhood, he would be raised on the 2900 block of Knox Place in Southeast. He had a very troubled home life, and there were also rumors that his mother may have suffered from drug issues due to the rise of the crack epidemic of the 1980s. His mom struggled to raise her kids, and that frustration was often taken out on Pop. When Pop was around 11 years old, he started to spend more time around 4th Street, and this is when he would meet two of his childhood best friends named MT and his younger brother Stefan. But at first, Pop and MT's younger brother Stefan didn't get along and almost even got into a fight. But the next day they seen each other at Henley Elementary School and became fast friends. Pop had learned that Stefan and his brother MT had a go-go band called the 6'3 Junkyard Band, and he wanted to be a part of it. He wasn't given much reasons to have too much love for things in his young life, but one thing he did have love for was music. Pop also moved into the same apartment complex as his new friends, now known as Cascade Park in Southeast. The brothers agreed to let him join the band, and they would spend their days after school rehearsing or playing football. Their grandmother took a liking to Pop as well, and would always invite him into the house for something to eat. He became like another brother to him, and the three boys had an unbreakable bond. But the more time they spent around him, the more they realized how volatile his home life truly was, because they said that one night Pop came to their home and was desperately banging on the front door, and when they opened it, they seen him standing there covered in feces. Pop had a dog that he forgot to clean up after, so to teach him a lesson, his mom smashed his face in the dog feces, as well as smearing it all over the young boy's body. Their grandmother was shocked by what she was seeing. She just didn't understand why Pop's mom was treating him this way. He had some clothes with him and begged their grandmother to let him stay, and since she had a soft spot for him, she agreed to let him live there.
Well, Sheldon Watkins, better known as Pop, I met him around 4th Street in 1983, and he's a little red guy, curly hair, so we was like, who the fuck is this little nigga? So Brian introduced him to my brother. We young then,
Yeah.
And he was like, my mom, keep beating me and shit, made me, cause like there's certain things, like if he wouldn't do in the house, like his mother, like he had a dog. Pop had a dog. He would come home from school with us, You know, because we was together every day. Me, him, and my brother was together every day. So you can even ask his sister, man. She'll tell you. You know, and you know, we would come home from school. You know, me and my brother, we go in the house with my grandmother. My grandmother wasn't no mean lady, but she didn't fuck with a lot of our friends. You know, I mean, she did, but she didn't. And when he came around there that night, I never forget that shit. He came around there, he was crying. It was like motherfucking 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And he had doodle all on him and shit. And, you know, he was crying. He was like, he ain't had nowhere to go. His mother just beat him, you know, and he had all this stuff. So we took him in. You know, we took him in that day, you know what I'm saying, and locked him up, because him and my brother always wore the same size clothes. And, you know, and one day, you know, when he came in there, he told us, you know what I'm saying, how his mother would be treating him and shit.
Do you need to learn about AI if you don't work in tech? Will it help you in your career? The short answer is yes. It's likely that whatever career you're in will benefit from AI tools. Try it yourself. A great place to begin is the Google AI Essentials course.
During this time, Pop was attending Kramer Middle School, and his new living situation had a positive effect on his life. Being in a more stable home with his friends, his grades were up, and his attitude was a lot better, and he completely devoted himself to the 6'3" Junkyard Band. But despite the fact that Pop was on a more positive path, his mom wouldn't allow him to live with his friends any longer, forcing him to come home, and it said that the cycle of abuse continued. The one bright spot that Pop did have is that his mom allowed him to continue to play in the band, and eventually he was recruited by a teenager named Derek McCrae, who was looking for frontman for his version of the Junkyard Band, and he chose Stefan and Shorty Pop, not to mention that they were on the verge of signing a deal with Def Jam Records. But there was only one issue. Pop's mom allowed him to join the band and gave consent, but Stefan's mom said no. As a result, Pop would spend less and less time with MT and Stefan, and more time with his new bandmates in the Junkyard Band. And this is where his strong connections to the notorious Berry Farms neighborhood would develop, because that's where a lot of the Junkyard Band members hailed from. It's said that the name the Junkyard Band came from the fact that even though they didn't have money to buy real instruments, they were still very resourceful and would use whatever items that they could find laying around the projects and use them to create music. It's said that after performing a few times around Berry Farms, the locals were the ones who coined the term the Junkyard Band, which was a spin-off of the Fat Albert cartoon band The Junkyard Gang. Due to their similarities of using everyday household items to create music, the Junkyard Band became incredibly popular in the DC area, doing local shows and performing for tourists.
Get it right. What was it? I played on 5-gallon buckets, boxers, gas cans. At the time we played on whatever till we got the best. Whatever made the best sound, we just, you know, use that. We changed regular, so that's all the thing we'll be playing on.
Right. Well, Bugs, tell us a little bit about how you got started with the band.
We got started back in 1980. We used to be me, Heavy One, Pratt. We used to be in the school band, Bernie Elementary, right? And we used to go around Berry Farms, marching around playing the little tunes that, you know, the school taught us.
And by 1985, they were being signed by Russell Simmons to the legendary Def Jam Records. The following year in '86, they released 2 hit singles that were created by legendary producer Rick Rubin. On the A side of the tape was a song called The Word, and on the B side was a song called Sardines that would go on to be sampled by numerous artists, including the Beastie Boys and Timberland. Their popularity led to appearances in Cavalier Men's Store's television ads as well as films such as DC Cab starring Mr. T and the movie Tougher Than Leather starring Run DMC. But even with all of the recognition and accolades, the money wasn't coming in like it was supposed to, and their relationship with Def Jam never became as fruitful as they had hoped. Growing up, Pop didn't have any positive male role models to look up to, but one person that he did admire was his uncle, who was also a career criminal and knee-deep in the streets, and he was running with one of the most dangerous crews in DC. He introduced his teenage nephew to a man that would change his life, becoming his mentor and teaching him how to kill and showing him everything that he needed to know about the murder gang, the most feared gunman in 1980s and early 90s Washington, D.C. It's said that he came up on L Street in Northwest and was affiliated with the deadly K Street crew, who had a reputation of shooting at and killing police officers. Wayne was known for his brazen broad daylight shootings, as well as killing a man in the middle of a crowded shopping mall. He claimed to have over 100 bodies, starting his killing spree at the young age of only 12 years old. He had the whole city shook. From civilians to top drug dealers, he had them all scared to even mention his name. His reputation was so deadly that law enforcement and local news reporters started to refer to him as the Michael Jordan of murder.
Alright, big news. We all know the impact of AI and what it can do, but there's so many things out there. Introducing the AI Toolkit by Artlist. The Artlist AI Toolkit brings AI image, video, and sound all into one organized workspace. What's amazing is that all the features that get updated in AI models get updated directly in Artlist too, so you don't miss out on any capabilities. Let me give you a quick demonstration. Let's go ahead and open up Artlist on our desktop. And right here, we'll click AI Toolkit. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna select Generate Image and type out my prompt. My goal is to get a flying karate kick in the middle of an arena with flashing lights.
No days out, J ready to January. Nigga won't smoke on work. I'ma run down on a nigga like Wayne Perry.
I mean, this guy, Wayne Perry, was considered the Michael Jordan of the murder game.
Wayne Perry was one of our most prolific killers in D.C. during the time when the violence in D.C. had just gotten completely out of control.
My little man Pop, I was introduced to him by some other cats, and he was a young, wild 15-year-old kid coming out Southeast that was killing anything moving. And he just wanted to be up under somebody that was going to look out for him. So I wound up taking him up under my wing and looking out for him. And through him, I wound up meeting another cat named Wayne Perry. Now this kid here, I mean, he had the town on lock. And I mean, he had the town locked on fear and was putting his murder game down. And anyone who mentioned his name knew, when they mentioned his name, they mentioned murder in the same sense to my little man. We wound up, 15-year-old man know him. Because my little man had an uncle that knew him. So my little man had the reputation of being wild and about his business. So his uncle was wild too, my little man's uncle. And him and the kid Wayne knew each other. So, and then Wayne, that's how he met him, and Wayne knew what my little man was about. So, you know, killers respect killers.
By 1987, at only 15 years old, Shorty Pop had started to make a name for himself in the streets as well. Under Wayne Perry's guidance, he became known as a strong-arm robber, as well as a shooter. He was running people's pockets all over the city, and his reputation as a robber became so strong that when people seen him approaching, they just forfeited whatever valuables that they had, because they knew Little Pop was serious, and he wasn't afraid to use his gun. 87 was also the year that he would catch his first body, a 29-year-old man named Tony Kenyon, who was shot multiple times in the chest on the 3300 block of 14th Place Southeast. This would be followed by the December of 1988 murder of 18-year-old Andre Smith, who was shot multiple times in front of a crowd at Crystal Skating Rink in Temple Hills. And in 1989, he would meet an individual who would have a major impact on his life, the infamous Alpo Martinez, a Harlem drug dealer who came up with his friends AZ Faison and Richard Porter. They had already taken over the streets of Harlem, making millions of dollars in the drug trade, but Alpo believed that they needed to expand, and he felt like Washington, D.C. was the perfect spot to open up shop. But since Rich and AZ had no interest in moving beyond Harlem, Alpo decided to come down by himself, trying to make the right connection so he could move his weight. But DC wasn't too fond of out-of-towners, especially flashy individuals like Alpo coming down in his exotic cars with New York plates. Alpo would try to befriend high-powered individuals in the DC drug trade, but a lot of times they would just play him off or straight up rob him for his dope. He tried to do business with a well-known drug dealer named Jawbreaker, but according to Alpo, when he showed up to their meeting, they attempted to kidnap and murder him. Alpo had the product, but he didn't have the firepower, and he knew that if he really wanted to push the line for his drug empire in DC, he was gonna need the right muscle. And this is where Shorty Pop came into play. One night at a club in 1989, Pop met Alpo for the very first time. He walked up to Pop and introduced himself because he had already heard about his reputation and how he was moving in the streets. And he knew that if he really wanted to take over the city, he needed killers like Pop behind him. But when Shorty Pop first met Alpo, he viewed him as a victim. He seen how flashy he was and he could tell that he was an out-of-towner. So his first thoughts was to rob him and take him for everything that he had. But Alpo brought up a name that caught Shorty Pop's attention, Wayne Perry. By this time, Wayne had been locked up for a while on gun charges, and even though his bail was only $10,000, he still remained behind bars for months. Pop looked up to Wayne Perry and viewed Alpo as a way to help finally get him out. So when Alpo asked Shorty Pop to put him in contact, he agreed, creating an unholy alliance with a trio of serial killers. Alpo went on to pay the $10,000 bail for Wayne's freedom, and in return, Alpo would get the loyalty of two of the most deadly men to ever walk the streets of DC.
When people hear about Wayne Perry, 9 times out of 10 will come to mind as hitman or killer. When they mention his name, they mention murder in the same sense, because he was about his work.
He an animal, man.
Well respected. Man, just known for not playing to leave you leaking.
I could have put my man Wayne from DC. They don't know Wayne. Wayne would walk right up on him 3 times and then piss on him. Because DC, they quick for their guns, man. Okay. They kill you in a minute, especially if they know you from out of town. You won't even, it'll tell you, if you look at the kid, you won't even know that he was that dangerous. I had him in New York, and he just looked like a regular dude. You look at him and go, who that slim kid with Poe? But he probably had 2 9s on him ready to bust him at any time. When I brought D. Ferg and them down to DC with me, and they seen the kid Wayne, I introduced him to the kid Wayne, and they was like, yo, what's up, man? I said, yeah, that's my man right there. They looked at him like, man, this is kid Poe, guy with him? Yo, man, this kid was, I'm telling you, he was like 6'3", maybe weighed about 170 pounds, maybe 180 pounds. Slim, smooth dude, nice looking. And his character, he liked to have fun. He liked to play. You see him? He was like me. We played. We played on there, had fun, hanging.
1989, Alpo, he started feeling the tension and pressure dudes trying to get up on him.
A lot of people were starting to talk about, well, we got to get rid of the kid Pope because he's getting too much money and he's not even from here. I got shot because they was trying to kidnap me in D.C.
And he had no choice but to change. You down here, niggas shooting you, trying to rob you. He knew I got to step my game up because if they can do it and get away with it, everybody gonna start trying to come at him then.
So I'm in jail. I don't know what that look like, who it is, who it ain't is. I had a little buddy named Little Pop that was real dangerous, and I just said, he about to come on. You let him ride with you. That'll keep the cheat off him.
Poe had the money and the coke. Wayne had the power.
These his new friends.
If you gonna get something from Alpo, you best to pay it back, because if not, Wayne is gonna handle it.
Ain't no freebies, ain't all that nice shit stopping.
Wayne's MO was more so than, fuck that nigga, let's get rid of him.
If you wasn't on their team, then watch out, because if you had something they wanted, they was coming to get it.
Choose from thousands of realistic voices to use in your content. Change the way you record podcasts, voiceovers, and branded content with the #1 AI-powered voice generating technology. Stop searching for the perfect voice and stop
coming to get it.
But now Alpo believed that the days of him being shot at, robbed, and disrespected by local DC dealers were over. He was about to go on a revenge tour throughout the whole city, and Wayne Perry and Shorty Pop were the headliners. But Alpo wasn't the only one who knew about Pop's reputation. He was now on the radar of law enforcement as well, and by December of 1989 he was all over the local news, making history as the first person to ever be featured on Washington, D.C.'s most wanted fugitive list. He was wanted in connection with the 1987 murder of Tony Kenyon and the 1988 murder of Andre Smith. as well as the 1989 attempted murder of Levin Hill that took place on the 5800 block of Georgia Avenue in Northwest. Pop was arrested on December 29, 1989 in Gaithersburg, Maryland, along with his sister Yolanda Walker. It said that police received an anonymous tip about where Pop was hiding. He would spend the next year fighting the murder charges, but ultimately they would be dismissed due to lack of evidence and witnesses disappearing. And by 1991, Pop was back on the streets of DC, just in time for what will become a very bloody summer. While he was away, Alpo and Wayne had already been putting the murder game down, dropping multiple bodies during the very deadly DC drug wars, taking out high-profile individuals around the city, such as the beloved Andre Tank Johnson, who was only 25 years old at the time of his death. The story goes, Andre started doing business with Alpo, buying hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of keys from him. The business was always good and everything was cool, but jealousy over women got involved, and that's when things turned deadly. It's said that Andre was sleeping with the girlfriend of a man named Gary Terrell, also known as Big Head Gary. After he found out about the affair, Big Head Gary set up a meeting with Andre, begging him to stay away from his girlfriend. Things turned left. Alpo tried to holler at Andre's girlfriend. She asked him, "Why are you trying to talk to me if you already know I'm with Tank?" And Big Head Gary responded to that. Found out about this. During an argument, his girlfriend told him that she was still seeing Andre, and now he wanted Tank dead. Gary told Alpo that at their next drug meetup, he needed to be there so he could confront Tank about still sleeping with his girl. But on the day that they met up, Big Head Gary wasn't trying to talk. He shot Andre one time in the head at point blank range. And according to Andre's right-hand man known as Spock Ears back then, but now known as Ears to Christ, it was all a setup. And even though Alpo didn't pull the trigger, he's the one that put everything in motion. Because Alpo had been secretly sleeping with Andre's girl, and he wanted her all to himself. So this fake drug deal was a way for him to kill two birds with one stone. He could keep the money, and he would get the girl. They left 25-year-old Andre Johnson in an abandoned car on the side street, sitting in the hot summer sun for days, until residents finally called the police due to the smell.
She went like, "Where my picture at?" The dude, Mr. Alpo got it. Alpo the wreck got it. Woo woo. She went over to get my picture. He tried to talk to her. She ain't go for it. So she was like, "Damn girl, you know my boyfriend, my."
City lights flash, can't slow my pain.
Talk is cheap, but they love the boast. Pretend they're tough, but they ain't the most. Claiming they're rulers, but they don't wear the crown. In the real world, I'm up while they're just fucking laying down. Big words from them, but it's all a charade. When it's time to act, they're the first to fade. When it comes to grind and stacking that dough, I'm on the rise while you stuck in a slow flow. Out here hustling, flipping cash like a fucking pro. You're still waiting for favors, caught up in the woe. I'm carrying weight, got my city in my strides. While you play it safe, I'm on that wild ride. Leave that street talk, you can't hang with me. I'm in the background making moves silently. Got that game on lock, you can't mess with my style. While you stuck on the basics, I'm miles ahead. Chasing the rush, it's a life you can't fucking gauge. Step into my realm.
Yeah. There's levels to this, not just a vibe. I'm the one that leaves on her wire.
She ain't forget how I talk when I lock in. Voice in the ear, now her legs do the walk in. Call me quiet, but I move like a boss man. Heavy with the presence, I don't chase, I expand. They fold for the mystery, stay for the feel. Soul talk, deep game, but the touch unreal. Multiple waves, she ain't know it was possible. Now she replaying nights, calling that gospel. don't love nobody, not even you. Mirror cracked, can't face what's true. Try to tear down everything I built, but I wear scars better than you wear guilt. So keep it up. You're my daydream, my all, you were built to fight. Got a heart so loud, make the silence shine.
Yeah, a toast to the one who held me down when I held my breath. Turn it up.
You're my daydream, my armor in the night. When the storm came down, you were built to fight. Got a heart so loud, make the silence shine. My backbone fantasy.
Yeah, a toast to the one who held me down when I held my breath. Turn it up.
You're my daydream, my armor in the night. When the storm came down, you were built to fight. Got a heart so loud, make the silence shine. My backbone fantasy, keep me in line. Yeah, yeah, you keep me in line. One of a kind, one of a kind. Calming me collapse, you were calm with the pressure. Pull me off the ledge like love was your profession. Beauty in the grind, you don't flex, you invest. Turn a pocket full of nothing to a mansion in my chest. Drove miles on a prayer, no mat, no rest. Still laughed at my chaos, lipstick on a mess. You was fast like tag, yeah, that line's still true. I spin wild, talk fast, but I spin right to you. I was looking for an exit, you showed me a door. Said peace ain't a myth if we build it from the floor. Promises we whispered, you kept every score. Now the echoes of your courage got me craving. You're my daydream, my armor in the night. When the storm came down, you were built to fight. Got a heart so loud, make the silence shine. My backbone fantasy, keep me in line. Yeah, 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 you keep me in line. My backbone fan, one of a kind. Vision so driven, see the peak through the fog. Match my hustle with a smile, put the spark in the slog. When my shadows talk heavy, you reverse what they say. Tell the doubt, hit the road like the rest of my day. You don't flinch at my lows, you just anchor my height. Talk life into my goals, even when they ain't right. Got the blueprint for growth, we ain't faking the calm. You the engine in the dream, I'm the pen in the palm. If the wheels fall off, we can push this ride. If the sky burns out, we can paint new vibes. Every scar on my heart spells a letter of you, and the future screams us in a different hue.
Look, I don't need a perfect world, just a roof for trust. Cause up with the beams, I'll bring the bricks. We'll build with it. Yeah, DJ Faceless Animal. Took a detour for a minute, but I never lose the mission. Faceless, back, yeah.
I let love cloud the path, now I see it was noise. Played the fool for a queen that mistook me for a toy. Gave her gems, gave her game, gave her heat and
Motherfuckers love to run their mouth about six, acting tough, but they ain't got that mix. Claiming they're kings, but they ain't seen shit. In the streets, it's real, while they just on the phone talk a big game. But it's all just a front when it's time to ride. They ain't ready for the hunt. Propane, yeah, grinding, I flipped it, no cap. You still waiting for a handout, falling in the trap. Got the city on my back while you playing it safe. I'm running up the stacks. Put that street life down, man. You can't compete. I'm in the shadows making moves on the discreet. Got the game locked. You can't touch my flow. While you're playing checkers, I'm out here playing pro. Living for the thrill, it's a life you can't see. Step into my world, but you ain't built like me. Talk is cheap, but they love the boast. Pretend they're tough, but they ain't the most. Claiming they're rulers, but they don't wear the crown. In the real world, I'm up while they're just fucking laying down. Big words from them, but it's all a charade. When it's time to act, they're the first to fade. When it comes to grind and stacking that dough, I'm on the rise while you stuck in a slow flow. Out here hustling, flipping cash like a fucking pro. You're still waiting for babies caught up in the woe. I'm carrying weight, got my city in my sides. While you playing safe, I'm on that wild ride. Leave that street talk, you can't hang with me. I'm in the background making moves silently. Got that game on lock, you can't mess with my style. While you stuck on the basics, I'm miles ahead. Chasing the rush, it's a life you can't fucking gauge. Step into my realm, but you won't trust the fucking turn the page. Now watch me rise as you sink in the doubt. You talk a big game, but your hustle's in drought. Claiming you're real, but it's all just a play. In this world of wolves, you just pray for the day. I'm stacking my wins while you lost in the fray. Counting your losses while I'm paying the way. You can't step to me, I'm on a different stage. Your words don't mean shit to me, just a noise on the fucking page. So take a good look, it's a lesson in pride. While you're out of your depth, better run and fucking hide. You're playing checkers while I'm mastering the game. In this battle of life, only the strong claim the fame. And you're fucking weak.
Came from the silence, now I'm loud with the burn. Gold on my neck, but the lessons still churn. Stack turn to smoke, that's the way that I cope. Pour fifth on the block where the reaper took notes. Told him I'm done, then I lit up a roll. Paper ain't heaven when it's barred from the cold. Money got a death, wish I let it die fast. 100 in my palm, turn the night into ash. Drinks in the graveyard, bands in the flame. I spend it like revenge, not a dollar gets saved. I don't speak on the path. Learn to disappear before they aim for the back. Chain got a glare, but my soul stay dim. Ain't no love in the safe when your world can't swim. Spend my regrets just to drown out the pain. Now it's ash on my shirt and smoke in the frame. Money got a death, wish I let it die fast. 100 in my palm, turn the night into ash. Drinks in the graveyard, bands in the flame. I spend it like revenge, not a dollar gets saved. Yeah, let it burn slow.
Veins almost, but I'm still incomplete. Lurking in corners where the night gets thick, where the whispers of fate weave a dangerous trick.
I felt you calling through the static in the silence. New York shadows paint thick like violence. You out there alone, I can't breathe right. Phone dead, heart broke, trying to read light. I ain't sleeping, I ain't blinking, I'm alert as the sky. If you call again, I swear I'll fly. Not a train, not a bus, I'll run through the night. If I gotta crawl through hell, I'll still hold you tight. Come to New York like a ghost in the rain. Superman eyes with a Anyone in my way can die, die, die. No breaks, no pause, I'm gone with the flame. Renee, you call, I'll torch the shame. They don't get to touch what's mine and survive. Anyone in my way can die, die, die. You slept in hallways, I slept in guilt. Swore I'd protect you, now I walk what I built. They don't know the love that bleeds in our name. They just see smoke, I live in the flame. Send me a word, send me a look. I'll flip the whole map and burn the book. This ain't romance, this is war for the soul. And I'll tear down the world just to bring you home. I'll come to New York like a ghost in the rain. Superman eyes with a chest full of pain. If you need me now, I don't ask why. Anyone in my way can die, die, die. No breaks, no pause, I'm gone with the flame. Renee, you call, I'll torch the shame. They don't get to touch what's mine and survive. Anyone in my way can die, die, die.
3 songs of east, shooting shit up, then it's back to the south side, babe. And I got a bitch named Art, she got a nice little fat ass just like Carter. Look, look, and for the bucks, I turn into that boy Jabbar. I'm a problem, don't try to solve me, no, cause you can get left with this part, yeah.
Came from the trenches, battles carved in my skin. Lost a few battles, but I always learn to win. They doubt the hustle, but what do they know? Each tear's a trophy, watch this garden grow. Dreams I'm building high, scraping clouds with my hands. In a world full of noise, I'm making my own plans. Live your life, never fold, never break. Every breath, every step, every chance you gotta take. Live your life, keep your mind on the rise. Let the doubters talk, you got fire in your eyes. One got the sweet whispers caressed.
They said we never make it, just look at us now. Smashing no block, we wearing no crown. Hustle day and night, gotta grind on these streets. We breaking no mold, no retreat from defeat.
Feel the bass, thump like a heart on a run. Telephone over, sky like the sun. Feel the bass, thump like a heart